the pleasure of cooking for you as a stage at Rose's. And Gary, you'll appreciate that. You have completely changed my game, and this is my last week at my current job before I switch gears in industry and jump into the restaurant biz. So,
amazing, man.
Danny,
Thank you.
My question for you is widely considered one of the most successful and influential restaurateurs in the world. I really enjoyed your New York Times interview in January on the future of restaurants. So building off of some of those themes, how do you take care of your staff and your customers? And on top of that, because of the power and emotion of food, what responsibility do you feel restaurants should have in taking care of their larger community?
That's a big, big question. And I got to, probably the best answer I can give you is we have so much responsibility. You nailed something, Reed, when you talked about the emotional connection to food. It took me a number of years when I was a young restaurateur to understand why when we let someone down, it could actually motivate them to write a 3-page complaint letter. And because I'd go like, I mean, how overcooked could the salmon be? Or how oversalted could the pasta be? And I finally realized, and you nailed this, that food and love and the provision of food and love are so inextricably linked, as MFK Fisher wrote, that it's not about did we overcook your salmon, it's did we dish you? And that's how a lot of people feel. And that's why they also love the restaurants they love so much, because they get the love that maybe they didn't get somewhere else in their lives. So too do communities feel that way when you open a restaurant. So too do employees feel that way. Restaurants, as you know, are places that when you work there, you feel a sense of family, adjunct to your own family. And sometimes restaurant families are deemed to replace what you didn't get from your own family. And so why are employees so happy when they're happy and so unhappy when they're unhappy? It all comes down to the very topic. We're not a widget factory. I'm not saying widget factories can't be emotional too, but restaurants are about food and love. Just don't make any mistake about it.
That makes a lot of sense to me. I mean, I also think about the percentage of time two groups of people use, which is in major cities. I mean, let's talk about New York, and this is why New York has this relationship with restaurants. You know, what percentage of time people, and obviously there's technology changes with some of the delivery services, so that you've seen some slight change in this, but an enormous amount of time spent in restaurants. There are plenty of New Yorkers, if they're not traveling, who spend most 3/4 of their nights in a restaurant in Manhattan.
Because if you think about the average square footage that a New Yorker takes up in terms of where they spend their sleeping and waking hours, it's smaller than in many, many other communities, and therefore restaurants provide kind of an adjunct living room to
it's why I think
everything
that the
else you do in
relationship
your life.
with restaurants in New York is a little bit different than even other major cities
You're
in New York
absolutely
because of that.
Yep.
Reed, thanks for calling, man.